Good morning, guys, and welcome to another edition of Lexington Water Cooler News. My name is Rock Daniels. Today is Wednesday, March 8th, 2023. Now, in weather today in Lexington, Kentucky, the high is going to be 48 degrees and the low is going to be 31. So be sure to dress warm today. It's going to be a little cooler than it has been the past couple days. I hope your electricity's back on. So the sun's going to rise at 6:59 a.m. It's going to set tonight at 6:38 p.m. Now, most Fayette County public schools will reopen today, except for 4. Garden Springs Elementary, James Lane Allen Elementary, Winburn Middle, and Southern Middle. Now, these will all operate remotely due to power outages and one with a fire damage. Now, the Fayette County Public Schools was closed Friday in preparation for the storm and Monday and Tuesday for the recovery from it. Now, the largely friendly Republican race to challenge Kentucky Democratic Governor Andy Beshear took a turn as former UN Ambassador Kelly Craft's allies attacked Attorney General Daniel Cameron, calling him a soft establishment teddy bear in an ad launched by Commonwealth PAC. Cameron responded saying it shows the strength of his lead and voters are smart. Cameron received an endorsement from former President Donald Trump, while Kraft has the support of Representative James Comer. They're joined by 10 other Republican candidates, and Kraft and Cameron and Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles are the early frontrunners. Now, the Kentucky State Senate unanimously passed 2 bills on Tuesday to reform the state's juvenile justice system, which some lawmakers said in a crisis right now. Now, the Senate Bill 158, sponsored by Senate President Pro Tem David Givens, would direct the state auditor's office to conduct a performance review of the Department of Juvenile Justice with $500,000 in funding provided. Now, the Senate Bill 162, sponsored by Senator Danny Carroll, includes allocating over $55 million for comprehensive reforms, transitioning the DJJ back to the regional model, ensuring institutional treatment for children with mental illness, and addressing workforce needs. Now, the General Government and Planning Committee in the Lexington-Fayette Urban County Council has passed a resolution on Tuesday to regulate short-term rentals, such as Airbnbs and VRBOs or VRBOs in Fayette County. Now, the proposed changes to the city ordinance would require all short-term rental operators to pay a $200 license fee and report annually on a number of stays that they have. Now, the proposed changes would also make clear where short-term rentals are allowed and what types of short-term rentals will be needed to have city sign-offs. Now, current operators that are in zones that would require conditional use permits would be grandfathered and would not need to apply for conditional use. A final vote on the zoning text amendments and changes to city ordinances to establish short-term rental regulations will likely not happen until this summer, is what city officials are saying on Tuesday. Now, Lexington's Thursday Night Live is back in less than a month with the band 1985 kicking off the opening day. The community voted on local bands to decide who plays the first day, and Thursday Night Live will run from April 6th through October 12th, every Thursday in the Fifth Third Bank Pavilion in downtown. Now, hats off to my buddy Alan McDaniel in his new position leading Thursday Night Live. Looks like you're off to a great start, buddy. Now, the Kentucky House Appropriations and Revenue Committee has turned 2 bills, House Bill 444 and House Bill 360, into shell bills or one-page bills that have been replaced with entirely new language that provide $36 million of annual tax breaks and give state workers 6% raises in the next fiscal year. Now, House Bill 360 in particular has been transformed from a nondescript single page to 144 pages with 38 different sections altering tax laws spanning multiple industries. Now, House Bill 444 approves $89 million to implement across the board 6% raises to these employees, with more than $23 million directed towards raises for legislation and judicial branch employees. Now, a bill to expand religious freedoms in Kentucky schools has passed a House committee. Now, House Bill 547 would provide broad protections under First Amendment, but some lawmakers question its necessity given that existing constitutional protections already exist. Now, the bill aims to put into state law protections for activities like pre-game team prayers and the display of religious symbols in classrooms. Now, the bill's broad stroke was questioned by Democrats and advocacy groups, including the American Civil Liberties Union, which warned that this could lead to legal conflicts. The bill will require further readings before a floor vote. Now, the University of Kentucky is investigating first-degree rape, which took place on one of its residence halls on Sunday. The victim reported being sexually abused by another student who was known to them, and the university is offering resources and support. Those who experience harassment or sexual assault at UK can report it to a Title IX coordinator. Now, Kentucky lawmakers advanced a bill that would allow concealed weapons, on college and university campuses. The legislation was a last-minute addition to the unrelated Workforce Development Policy Bill. Now, the bill, which is unanimously opposed by the presidents of Kentucky's state universities and all campus police chiefs, would repeal current laws banning firearms on school property. Proponents of the bill argue that it would make campuses safer, while research shows that such policies can lead to more shootings, homicides, and suicides. Now, the bill passed out of House Committee on Veterans, Military Affairs, and Public Protection with a vote of 16-3. Well, guys, that does it for another edition of Lexington Water Cooler News. My name is Rock Daniels. I am the Bluegrass Realtor. I am a certified ambassador for tourism in the city of Lexington. Join us again for another episode with news, weather, and sports.